About Jadon Sancho and the breaking news. Yes, more breaking news, but the breaking news about 2 hours ago that Man United and Borussia Dortmund have agreed a deal. Jadon Sancho will become a Manchester United player. You've watched him a lot in the Bundesliga for Borussia Dortmund. This is massive for United, isn't it? I mean, they're getting a player 21 as well, young, can score goals, can assist as well. How good is he? I mean, I think he's one of the best in the world, but you watch him week in, week out for Dortmund. Just how good is Jadon Sancho?
I think he's a magnificent player. I've watched him and commentated on him many, many times. The numbers speak for themselves in terms of how many goals he's scored, how many assists he's got. He's come up big in big games. He was absolutely brilliant in the DFB Cup final against RB Leipzig, scored goals, and he scored a very good goal very early on in that game, and that set the tone, and he was able to set up goals as well. So he is a proven performer at Bundesliga level. We've started seeing glimpses at Champions League level as well. Got a brilliant goal against Barcelona in Barcelona. So I think he's ready. But on one of the most basic levels, he's thrilling to watch. You know, we talk about tactics and we talk about all of the drama around football. And I think we sometimes forget that the idea is it's supposed to be entertaining.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fun. And he's the kind of player that elicits gasps. He's the kind of player that comes up with moments that you remember. I took my daughter to Wembley to see England play the USA. It was only a friendly, but he played and he did a trick and her jaw dropped. And you kind of just think, I know that doesn't necessarily win you titles. I know it's not the be all and end all, but it is important. And you do want guys that can get the pulse racing. And not only can he do that, but he can make a tangible difference to teams as well with the goals he makes, with the goals he scores.
It's a big move, though, this, isn't it? United, big club, obviously one of the biggest clubs in the world. And Dortmund, massive club, obviously, in Germany. But this is a big step up as well. He's only 21. Do you think he's ready mentally for a step up like this?
Completely. And I think he would have been ready last summer as well. I think there's been a lot of talk about how United have saved a chunk of money. I get that. But could he have made a difference to their season last season? Would they have qualified for the last 16 of the Champions League with him in the team? We'll never know. But yeah, I think it was a fallacy, this idea that they've saved money and they've been really clever in the market and they've suddenly said, okay, we'll wait another year and get him for a knockdown price. I would have preferred to have him in the building 12 months earlier. He was ready to come. If United had matched the asking price, I think he would have gone. And I think they would have had a top-class player on their hands and he would have had a year to really impress at Old Trafford. There's lots of pressure on him, but I think he can deal with that. I think he's the kind of player that is used to having that on his shoulders. I think he quite enjoys it, to be honest. I don't think he shies away from a challenge. I mean, he took a risk. Going out to Germany, new country, new language, a new league. It wasn't necessarily going to work out for him, but he's worked ever so hard. He's got better as a player. He's now more of a two-way player. Still got work to do with the defensive side of the game, which I think partially explains why Gareth Southgate's been a bit reticent to use him, but he's getting better all the time.
Look, we understand. I think Dortmund fans understand as well their model, right? You get the players, you fatten them up, and then you sell them on for big profit. It looked like something was building there, though, with Jude Bellingham and Haaland and Reina as well. How's this going to affect Haaland, do you think, in terms of whether or not he wants to commit to the club? It looks like, offers will come in from this summer. We know about the fee that is going to be available next summer. Do you think this really starts to rock the boat at Dortmund, maybe more than they think it will?
No, I don't think so, because they all know the deal. This is what Dortmund have built their business model upon in recent years. You're quite right. They bring players in and then they develop them and then they move on. And they had that gentleman's agreement with Jadon last summer and said to him, look, if we get the offer we want, then you can speak to a club. That never happened. And so he stayed on for another year. And again, they've been true to their word. They said to him, look, now this is the asking price. If somebody comes in, you can go. They've been very straight with Erling Haaland. They've said to him, look, this is the release clause you agreed. You can move on next summer when somebody matches that. But this summer, we do not want you to go. We'd rather you stayed for another year, did what you can to help us. And then if a club comes in and you want to go, then you can. So, of course, Haaland could dig in and he could push for a move, but he's given no massive public indication that he wants to do that. He'll be really disappointed that Jadon Sancho's moved on because they're really good friends. They get on well on and off the field, got a great chemistry, but he understands the business and he understands how that football club operates.